For the next to-doodle, we're on to the new topic of addition. We're done with place value. We're done with rounding and estimating. Now we're just on addition. So for now, money is special. Why is money special? Because we don't have to carry. If I take this wallet and move it out of the way, it has $31, but it doesn't have 3 10s and a 1. It has 2 10s for 20. And if you were to count them all, it has 11 ones. But that's okay. We do that kind of thing with money all the time. Similarly, if you like the base 10 blocks, if you or your kids use those in school, then here we have the number 205. We have 1s, we have 10s, and we have a single 100 block. We do have 205. The easy way to do that would be to have 2 hundreds and then 5 1s. But that's not what we did. Instead, we had 100 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 10s to make another 100. So 100, 200, and then 5. Everyone with me so far? So money, we don't have to round. And that helps us realize that if I just push piles of things together, then that does count as adding. If I have 5 $1 bills and put them with another 5 $1 bills, then we can say I've added all those bills together. Even before I realize if I wanted to, I could change it for a single 10. And that makes sense because we do the same sort of thing with fractions all the time in real life. If a recipe says I need a I need a whole cup of flour, or if it says I need a half cup, but I'm doubling the recipe, I can measure out half a cup and measure out another half a cup. And I've used a whole cup of flour, but I don't have to realize that 2 halves make a whole. I already have the flour in my mixing bowl. That didn't flow well. I'm sorry. Okay, onward. So our challenge now is to build these 3 statements with 3 different types of demonstration, with coins, with bills, and with blocks. And I just give you the basic elements here. So can someone be my coin person? And click on this. I think it's easiest with a computer because you can use Control-C and Control-V. But you can copy and paste and make a new coin and build out 35 and also 25. And someone be the money person. And for 111, then I could put in my 100, my 10, my 1, and so on. And then somebody be my block person and make copies of the blocks and put them. So hopefully for each of these, I'm not sure if we'll have room, but we're trying to make each of these addition statements in all 3 ways. And if it doesn't fit, that's okay. Again, Control-C and Control-V lets you copy things because you'll need more than what you have. I can do the copying if someone's on the phone and is having trouble with copies and can scoot things. Just let me know what copies to make and I will do that. So how many 100 blocks do you want, Savannah? I see you typing in text chat. 4. Okay, now you have 4.
Not sure if I did the money one right.
Looks good. I have 111, a 10 and a 1. And then 9 10s, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And is there one hiding there, or is that the same one as a different one? It's a little hard to see. But you might well have 90, or maybe you have 80. I can't tell. 1, 2. Okay, now we can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, you had 90.
Okay.
Great job. Does someone who's not Josie or Savannah want to do the coins? We have dollar coins, the Sacagawea dollar, and dimes for 10s and pennies for 1s. The 10 blocks just kind of vanished. I'm not sure where they went. Do you need me to put another one back on the board? Okay, let me grab those from my backups. That's too big. Let's shrink it down to be nice. Okay. So I'm going to move Josie's money pile over a bit. Oops. I shrunk one of your 10s. Okay, make room for the box. Okay. So we have 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's one of our 60s. And then we'll need 6. I want to point out that both of these philosophies are great. When Josie did the money, she kind of separated in space, the 100 and the 11 and the 90, so they weren't overlapping. The idea was if we wanted to add them, we could always push everything together. But we're sort of waiting to add. Whereas Savannah with the blocks just piled the 200s and the 200s right on top of each other to start with. And that's fine too. Okay, I'm going to move on from this slide. I think it is getting stale. Your turn to challenge someone else. Try and make 3 problems for another person to build, and they can just pick one way. They can pick coins or bills or base 10 blocks. We didn't really have room to try and do any of these in more than one way, so good job. Can you make your problems tricky? Can you pick different numbers from what I used that are harder to make with someone's choice of coins or bills or blocks? Or are any 2 addition problems equally easy to make? And then for your thing to think about, I used to live in Nolans, as they called it, all one syllable. And in Nolans, you learned to play a domino game called All Fives, although people just called it dominoes. Wikipedia calls it muggins, and there is the link. So you can, oops, can I make it not wrapped? There we go. Oh, come on, silly thing. There we go. Now it is not right. So Muggins uses an interesting notation for scoring. You start out by drawing a line for 5 points, and then an up and down line for another 5 points for the first 10 points that people score. And from then on, if they score 5 more points, you write a small line in the corner. And if you have 2 of them, you make an X. If people score 10 points at once, you draw a circle in one of the corners. So you will wind up with a full shape like this that has 10 points from the big plus in the middle, and then 10 points from each of the corners, which is either a 10 circle or 2 lines that are 5. Since you only can score points 5 or 10 at a time, then this works. So my questions for you, again, just type them out in text if that's easiest. Does this notation count as addition, even though it doesn't have numbers? Does it count as place value, even though it doesn't have numbers? And why or why not? You can probably make a defensible argument for yes or no, but think about it and try and defend your reason. Questions about the 2 homework parts?
No, thank you.
For this page, if you actually do something on the Jamboard, you can send me a screenshot, but maybe you're just going to send me a quick text and say something like, I discovered if I gave my brother 2 numbers to add without the tens, that was trickiest when he was using coins, or something like that. So you can just make a little sentence or paragraph out of it if the pictures are too hard.